Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the U.S. Embassy in Accra, and thanks for joining us. We are happy for your time this afternoon. As we advertised yesterday, we are having a Facebook live session, and this is the HR section. My name is Yusuf. I am the lead recruiter at Post, and I've been working for the embassy for the last 3.5 years. And over this period, I've handled well over 200 recruitments. So I believe I will be able to share a few things with you regarding recruitments and to answer questions about your interest in working with the U.S. Embassy, Accra. As you're aware, a few things have changed, particularly for those of you who've applied for jobs with the embassy before. You know, we used to have a system which was basically paper-based. Now we have moved to an all-new electronic system, and we've had a lot of questions coming to us, and so we are taking this opportunity to try and address some of the issues. Our recruitment system is now based on the electronic recruitment application, which we call ERA, and this is a worldwide system, and so wherever you are in the world, if you're interested in working for the US government, you would have to send in job applications through the system. But why is this system so unique, and why are we encouraging you to be familiar with the system? In the past, when we had paper-based applications, we had instances where people would send in applications through post, and it gets to us way after the vacancy announcement has closed. And sometimes they get to the embassy, but they get missing somewhere. And you know, with the Green Revolution, we are trying to cut down on the use of paper. So all these reasons come together, and we are encouraged that some of you are buying into the electronic application process. Again, it makes the system very fair, very transparent, and as you would have seen on our website, even jobs that are advertised to internal candidates only are showing up on the vacancy announcement webpage. And so you are sure that it's transparent, it's free and fair, and you have an opportunity to work with the U.S. Embassy if you are interested. And so some of you sent in questions. And I'll be trying to address some of those questions as we go along. For those of you who haven't sent in questions and you still have them, you can post them as we go along, and we'll do our best to address them. So one of the questions that I'm going to answer now basically is about people asking about the qualifications they have and whether or not they can work with the U.S. Embassy. The answer to some of those is yes, but actually determining qualification to work for us at the U.S. Embassy is contingent on an advertised position. And what do I mean by that? We can only say you are eligible and qualified to apply for a job based on the job we are looking at. And so if we are talking about an admin position job, you will be qualified if you meet the qualification requirements and the experience requirements that we are asking for. As far as we are concerned, we operate with the Equal Employment Opportunity Policy. Everybody has equal employment opportunity to work for the U.S. Embassy Ghana. So send in your applications through electronic application system, the ERA system. Make sure you address all requirements that we are asking for. This will go through a fair recruitment review process. And if you meet the qualification requirements, you will be invited for pre-employment assessment. If you pass the assessment, we will invite you for an interview, and you will be offered the position if you are the one we select. And so it's a very straightforward process, and you can be guaranteed that once you are the one we are looking for, you will get a job. There's a question that came in, somebody asking that he called our HR section and says he wanted to apply for a job and whether or not he should submit a form, and he was told he can submit CV, certificates, and application letter. He did that, but there was no response, there was no call. Well, the way our recruitment process works in the past and now is that there are strict guidelines. In the past, you needed to fill in a DS-174 application form. If you didn't do that and you submitted only certificates, your application is considered incomplete, and that is probably the reason why you were not contacted. So please ensure that you go through the approved process. Now with the new electronic recruitment system, the DS-174, which is the application form, is built into the ERA. It's an inbuilt system now. So once you get into the system and you begin to fill in your application form, you are filling out the DS-174 and providing us with the information we need in order to assess your qualification experience to work with the U.S. Embassy Ghana. So make sure you sign on to the ERA, and I'll take you through how to do that. So make sure you sign on to the ERA and make sure that you are filling out information. And some questions are coming up, so I'm trying to keep my eye on that as well. And make sure you provide the information through the ERA, and we will see it. We will assess it, and if we have to call you, we will call you, and then we will proceed with the process. So your problem is solved now with ERA. Just make sure you are logged into the system, and your application will meet the requirements that we're looking for. Are we offering student internship? Yes, we are, but I need to mention quickly that students' internships are open for employees of the U.S., for children and dependents of employees of the U.S. Embassy in Accra. And so that's the qualification criteria. You need to be a child or a dependent of an employee of the U.S. Embassy and a full-time student. Okay, so there's another question about volunteering. At the moment, we don't have volunteer jobs available. If any becomes available, you are sure that it will be captured in the ERA system. You will find it on our website, and then you can apply. But at the moment, we don't have. There's a question I have. How long does it take to contact shortlisted applicants after closing it? Okay, thank you for this question. It's a very good question. This answer is not cast in stone. It is contingent on the number of applications we receive. Sometimes we receive. I mean, in the past we've had instances where we had 1,000 and over applications for one position, and because our system is fair, transparent, we want to give everybody an equal opportunity. We take time to go through all of the applications, and so if we have an application pool of 500, it will take us a longer time to contact applicants than when we have an application pool of about 20 or 30. But we try our best to contact you as early as possible, and so be assured that as early as possible you will be contacted via email. How long does it take between the time of application and invitation for interview? Again, basically, I think I addressed it. Between application and invitation for interview, there is another process that happens in between, and that is invitation for pre-employment testing. So after the application, if you qualify for pre-employment testing, you will be invited to come over to the embassy and take a test. It is after that that you will be invited for an interview, and the period it takes for us to score pre-employment test and invite you for interview is normally 2 weeks. Normally, it's 2 weeks, and so for that, you can work around that time frame. Okay, so there's a question here, and I want to take time to go through it carefully. Somebody asked, how can I work with the U.S. Embassy? How do I apply with the ERA system? Okay, so like I said, the ERA is an electronic-based application system. A couple of you have already used it, and you have sent us comments, and you have commended the new system. But for my friend Benedicta Boache, who sent in this question, how to apply through the ERA system, go to the U.S. Embassy Ghana website. So you type U.S. Embassy Accra or U.S. Embassy Ghana. You go to the website, you go to Jobs at the Embassy, and then you click on Current Jobs. When you click on Current Jobs, you will see all available jobs at the embassy listed. Now, when you see the jobs listed, there will be the position title there, and within that, you will see who is eligible to apply. So look at the job. First, you have to determine whether you are eligible to apply for the position. If you are, what you do, you open a vacancy announcement, you will see a tab there that says apply to this vacancy. Click on the apply to this vacancy tab, and then a tab will open asking you to put in your credentials and log into the ERA system. If you have already registered on the ERA system, it will take you straight to the forms and you begin to fill and apply. If you haven't, there's an option that asks you to create an account. And there's a video that is there on the website, takes you through the process of creating an account. you want to go there and look at the video. But you will be asked to create an account. You will put in an email address, your name, and you'll be asked to answer some security questions. And these security questions will help the system to retrieve your password in case you forget your password. Once you have done that and created an account, it's a permanent account and it's a self-service account. So you manage it yourself. Make sure you keep your password and your username. And whenever there's a job you want to apply for, just go in, click on the job, click on apply to this vacancy, you put in your credentials, and then you begin to fill out the form. Answer the questions, answer the eligibility questions, upload your documents as required of you, and then you click on submit. And then we will see it, we will evaluate it, and if you meet the requirements we advertise, you are sure that we will contact you for the next steps of the process. Benedicta, I hope I answered you. Any job vacancies at your IT department? At the moment, no. What I recommend for you is to go to the U.S. Embassy Ghana website, click on Jobs at the Embassy, and you will see all current available vacancies listed there. So whatever vacancies we have currently opened are listed on the website, and you can look at them and apply for those that you are interested in and qualified. How long does it take one to know if his application has been rejected or considered? So if your application has not been considered, well, we consider all applications. We review every application, and we don't reject any applications unless you don't fill out your ERA application properly. And the system is very friendly. It will prompt you when you haven't done something right. Every application that comes through the ERA system will be reviewed. And once we have reviewed it and you don't meet the requirements that we are asking for, we would not contact you because we have stated clearly that those who are shortlisted will be contacted via email. So if you don't receive a contact from us within 2 weeks, normally we try to work within 2 weeks. Occasionally we go beyond 2 weeks, but if you don't hear from us within 2 weeks, which I always recommend because it's painful to wait sometimes, waiting can be difficult. So after 2 weeks, if you haven't heard from us, you want to consider that your application didn't make it through, and then you can check again later on and try other vacancies that you may be qualified. The U.S. Embassy Ghana does not take people on national service assignment, and so we don't take national service persons. That's a question from Hammond. Hammond, we don't take national service persons for now. Okay, so there's an important question here I want to address. I want to take time to address this, and this question came from Caleb Elikem Toxla. And the question is, what does it mean when the U.S. Embassy says job open to U.S. EFMs? Does it mean a Ghanaian applying for that is automatically disqualified, or it means candidates, it means Ghanaians and also U.S. EFMs can both apply? Okay, so does it mean automatically disqualified? Yes. The system automatically will disqualify you if you do not meet this eligibility criteria. So who is a US EFM? Who is a US EFM? And you will see this on most of our jobs that we have advertised at the moment. And when we say a job is open to US EFMs only, what does it mean? EFM means eligible family member. Eligible family member. So US EFM means US eligible family members. And who are these? You know, the US Embassy Ghana is a diplomatic mission. And so the US government sends foreign service officers to come here and work for the US government. These are who we call foreign service officers, or we have uniform officers or civil servants. These persons normally come to post with dependents. So, for example, we are looking at a spouse or a domestic partner or a child who is below 21 years old. These are who we call dependents or family members, just basically. And so if we advertise and we say a certain job is open to U.S. eligible family members only, we are looking at U.S. citizens who meet the criteria that I've just stated. U.S. citizens who are dependents of foreign service officers who are spouse, members of household, and what have you. And so if you are not one of these, or you don't meet this criteria, then yes, you are not eligible to apply, you are not qualified to apply. When you go onto ERA and you click on the job vacancy announcement and you read down, there is a portion that says who may apply. Please take time to read who may apply, and there's a link there that defines these eligibility criteria. And so please take your time, open this link, read carefully to understand what it means to be a U.S. citizen eligible family member. You also see what we call the appointment eligible family member, and so on and so forth. And so make sure you meet these eligibility criteria before you apply. I've had instances where U.S. citizens living in Ghana have called me and asked whether they are eligible to apply. They are not, because they are not eligible family members. So you must be eligible family members in order to be able to apply for such jobs. Okay, so there's another question. A lot of you are asking how you can apply, how you can find jobs at the embassy and apply. Please continue checking on our U.S. Embassy Ghana website. Follow our Facebook page, follow our Twitter account, and a lot of job vacancy announcements will be updated whenever they become vacant. And so you can follow us there, and then you quickly go onto the U.S. Embassy Ghana website, click on the jobs, and then you can apply for them. Okay, so somebody's asking, how can I apply for the ERA again? So this question has come up again. So again, I want to suggest to you, go to the website. You will see the video. The video is very comprehensive. It gives you detailed. And then there's also a document. It's a PDF document that's uploaded there. And it's a PDF document. You can look at that document, and it gives you step-by-step guidance on how to apply for jobs on ERA. A lot of you have also asked. You've asked about your qualification and your experience and whether you can work with the embassy. Again, there's something we've put there on our vacancy announcement, and we call it the 8 qualities of overseas employees. And what is this? These are qualities that we expect in potential candidates who want to apply and work for the U.S. Embassy. And I encourage you to read these 8 qualities. You need to have composure, integrity. You need to have cultural adaptability. You should be able to adapt to change and have initiative. We're looking for experience and motivation. Experience is key. You must have the experience that we advertise for any particular job. And some of you have had concerns. Example, we are asking for 2 years of experience in clerical work or warehouse work. And you have 1 year and 11 months of experience, and you don't get called. Why don't we call you? It's because you don't meet the 2 years requirement. Even though it's only a month short, we are very particular about what we advertise. So make sure you meet the criteria that we advertise for, and you must necessarily have the number of years of experience. Now, one thing that I need to also talk about are the vacancy announcement questions that you see in ERA. And this is one of the new features that ERA brought. This wasn't the case in our previous application process. There are questions that you must answer, and these questions are key to helping us determine your suitability for the jobs. Again, it's incumbent on you to answer these questions very honestly, be very candid about your answers, and if you are not, we have a way of determining, reading between the lines and determining. So we encourage you to be very, very candid about your answers. Make sure you answer all the questions correctly. Make sure you upload the documents correctly. And please upload documents that we ask for. Some people have been uploading their pictures of themselves working, and so on and so forth. Please upload the documents that we ask for, and then we can move forward from there. We also asking you to have a quality of planning, organizing, and be able to work with others, because it's a multicultural environment. So if you want to work here, you should be able to meet some of these criteria. So please look at the 8 qualities of overseas employment, and you should be fine. How can someone who is not a degree holder but has experience in a work field or a skilled worker apply for a job at the embassy? Well, again, it comes back to the question I just answered. We are particular about what we advertise. So if you have experience and you don't have the education, you don't meet all the requirements. And so please be sure that you meet the requirements before you send in your application. What do you look out for on a CV, cover letter, and any other relevant documents? Okay, so what we look out for is what we advertise and ask for. So make sure you address those ones. Those are the key things that we are looking out for. We're looking out for education, we're looking out for experience, and we're looking out for language. These are the first three things that you always see on your vacancy announcement, and make sure you meet these requirements. Occasionally or sometimes we may advertise for skills and abilities, and then sometimes we advertise asking for some job knowledge. And you want to make sure you have these before you send in your application. If you don't have them and you send them anyway, those are some of the reasons why you find out that you don't get contacted by human resources. Okay, so I'm still monitoring your questions as they come in. Please keep them coming in. What particularly do you guys look for in your interview for jobs? I have gone for interviews twice but was not selected for the job. However, I suspect foul play since the person with whom I went for interview is the classmate of the head of section of the particular job in question. Okay, well, our recruitment process is fair. Like I said, the ERA is very transparent, and it is not subjective at all. Very objective process, and you will be assessed. You will be interviewed by a competent panel, and you will be assessed based on what the selecting official is looking out for in a candidate. If you meet this criteria, you will be selected, of course, for the position. We have the equal employment opportunity for everybody, and everybody has an equal opportunity to work with the U.S. Embassy. Again, the volunteer question keeps coming. We don't have volunteer positions at the moment, and so you want to keep checking. Again, keep checking our website for all available jobs. If the job is not showing on the website, it's not showing on ERA, then it is not available, it's not advertised. Okay? All right. So please keep reading the materials on ERA. They are all there. Again, when you look at the vacancy announcement, we always have our email address. We have the embassy contact phone numbers. Please call. You can call. We will pick up and answer your questions. If you have questions, please always make sure you call us, send us emails, and we will do well to answer them. How often do you recruit, and what is the salary range for entry mid-level jobs? Okay. How often we recruit? We recruit as often as a position becomes vacant, as often as personnel are needed. So we recruit quite often. I mean, you can be sure that the U.S. Embassy Ghana is a very good employer. We have a lot of jobs. I think at the moment we have about 12 or 13 jobs, albeit most of them are for eligible family members. But there are also a few that are open to all interested candidates. So we advertise for quite a number of jobs. The salary range, salaries are always based on the position that we advertise. And so you realize when you look at your vacancy announcement on ERA, you will see the grade of the position is always stated. The salary is tied to the grade. So we have a salary scale, and salaries are quoted based on the grade of the job that is available. And we always advertise at an entry-level salary. So all salaries that you see advertised are entry-level salaries, and that is where you start from. So we start from a step 1, and then you move from there as the years go by, and you remain in that position. We normally see advertising for jobs late. Can it be made on social media as well? Yes, with the introduction of ERA, we've increased our social media presence, especially with the jobs. And so please keep following our social media pages, social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Are we on LinkedIn? Yeah, LinkedIn. And all the other social media platforms. Please follow us there. If there are jobs, we would definitely post them there. And then you also want to be regular on our U.S. Embassy Ghana website to read about what's happening with recruitments and the era and other issues about the U.S. government. A friend needs to know if the embassy does check on social media posts of candidates applying for jobs. As a recruiter, no, I don't check on social media pages of candidates who apply for jobs. I don't do that. We have a security department, a security office that does background investigations on candidates who want to work with the U.S. Embassy Ghana. I'm not privy to what information they look out for, and so I cannot speak on that. But for HR, for our recruitment, and for our review of applications, we do not check on your social media pages. What does it mean when you write US EFMs attached to a job? Okay, so Toxla, I think you're the same person who sent this question earlier on, and I've answered it a short while ago. You probably missed it. So I'm just going to go very, very briefly, but when you click on any vacancy announcement in ERA, you read down, there's a portion that's captured as who may apply and how may apply. Under one of these, you will see a link that defines what an EFM is, what a US EFM is, what an AEFM is. They are all there. So open that link and you will see all the definitions. But basically, EFM means eligible family member. So US EFM means US eligible family members. And these are family members of foreign service officers or civil service officers or uniform officers who are posted into our country, Ghana, or any of the countries that U.S. Embassy has presence. When they are posted to work there for the U.S. government, they go with these dependents of theirs, and these may be spouses, members of household, and children under the age 21, and so on and so forth. These are the people we consider eligible family members, and so you need to be an eligible family member and a U.S. citizen in order to apply for jobs that we state are open to US EFMs. Okay, do I come with security clearance report when contacted for interview or scan as part of the documents through the ERA? No. So the documents that we require are requested on ERA. So please, when you are interested in a job and you look at a certain job that is advertised and you want to apply for this job, please read the vacancy announcement carefully. We state the documents that we require. And so make sure you attach these documents. And when you attach them, we will see. We'll download them, we'll see, we'll assess them, and if they are the documents we're looking out for, we'll work with it. So please, I encourage you to attach only documents that we ask for. Most requirements for jobs are for citizens of USA. How do we get opportunity if a vacancy comes? Okay, so it just turned out that at the moment we have a lot of jobs that are open for US EFMs, and this is because the US EFM jobs were put on hold for some time, and they've just recently been opened, and that's why you see a lot of those jobs on the website at the moment. But we have quite a number of jobs that are open to all interested candidates that have come and gone, and hopefully there will be more coming soon. And so please look out for those jobs. And if you are interested, qualified, please send in your application through the ERA system. Kindly follow the video, watch the video, download the documents that are on the website on how to apply, how to create an account, and as I've gone through the process, please follow the process that I've gone through, and then you can send in your application. We will see it, and we would evaluate and contact you if we have to. Okay, so please keep your questions coming. Let me go back to my paper here. Let me see if there are questions that I haven't addressed yet. Okay, how can I apply for an account assistant with HND in accounting, full-time or part-time? Looking for it. Okay, so you can only apply for a job that is advertised again. So please, if you have HND in accounting and you are interested in accounting job, please look out for open positions on the ERA Seeker site. Go to our US Embassy Ghana website. All the current available jobs are there, and please apply for the ones that you're interested and qualified for. Seems I missed the initial part of the interaction. I don't know what's the ERA and the official website. Okay, so the ERA is the US government electronic recruitment application system. Now all jobs are applied through the system. So without the system, you cannot apply for jobs in the US Embassy anymore. So for those of you who are used to using the DS-174, the paper application, and sending applications through emails, this process has ended. And now you must apply through the electronic recruitment system. And so the website is the US Embassy Ghana website. When you go onto US Embassy Ghana, there is a link to current jobs at the embassy. You click on that link, it takes you to the job page, and then you will see current vacancies. When you click on current vacancies, you are within ERA. You are within the Seeker site, what we call the Seeker site. That's where you see all jobs listed, and then you look out for the one that you qualify for, you apply for it. Now you click on the vacancy announcement and you see various tabs. You see apply to this vacancy, you see eligibility question, you see vacancy announcement question, you see email to a friend. All these tabs are there. If you want to apply, you click on apply to this vacancy, and then a window opens asking you to create an account. The website is ghana.usembassy.gov. That's the website. It's GH, so not Ghana in the full, but gh.usembassy.gov. And this takes you to our US Embassy Ghana website, and then you can follow the process. So the window opens for you, and at this time you are within the ERA system. So ERA will ask you to create an account. If you don't have an account already, you would create this account by putting in your email address, a password, you answer security questions, and so on and so forth. And this is a self-service account, so you maintain it on your own. If you happen to lose your password or forget your password and you call the US Embassy, we would not be able to assist you. So you need to maintain this account yourself. If for some reason you forget your password and forget your security questions and you cannot get into the system, the solution is for you to create a new email account and re-register within ERA, and make sure you don't forget your password and username again. And then you can use this to apply. So once you get into the system and you click on apply to this vacancy, some questions will pop up, and these are the vacancy announcement questions, and then there are eligibility questions, and then there is opportunity for you to provide your education history, your work experience history. And once you provide all these, you move along. There are stages, and then you get to a stage where you are asked to upload documents. Please upload the documents that we request for, and then once you are done, you submit, and then we will see it here at the human resources section. Do you keep records of those who are not recruited, such that you can tell when they apply again? Yes, within the ERA system, everybody that applies for a job is in the system. Your record remains permanently within the system. And so if for some reason we want to go back and see whether you have applied for a job previously or not, yes, we can see it. But we would not use your previous application for a job that has opened currently. You must reapply for every job that opens. We don't use your previous application for current jobs. So yes, your records will be there, we have it, but you would have to apply for jobs as and when they open. In the occurrence of one not being a part of US EFM, but fellow is perchance more qualified than the EFMs that apply, that person have a chance? The answer is no. Now, in applying for jobs, there are two main categories of things we're looking for. We have one, eligibility, and then we have qualification experience. If you are not eligible to apply for a job, your experience and qualification does not matter. You need to be eligible. So if you are not a USEF firm and you have all the qualifications and you are qualified than all the EFMs we have at post, you still would not be considered. You must be eligible in order to apply for a job. What documents qualify one to apply? I mean level of education. So again, this answer, this is not a straitjacket answer. It's contingent on what position we are talking about. So your qualification, your experience will be evaluated based on the job that you are interested in. Okay, this is very helpful so far. Thanks a lot. Okay, this is very helpful. Thanks a lot for this session. Thank you too. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. I'm a Ghanaian-born US citizen living in Europe. Am I still eligible to apply? Yes, if you are a Ghanaian and you hold a Ghanaian citizenship, you are eligible to apply for jobs that are open to Ghanaians. Normally, you will see jobs that we say are open to all interested applicants. You are eligible to apply. And sometimes you may not be a Ghanaian, you are a US citizen, but if you have work and residence permit to work in this country, you can apply for jobs and you will be eligible. And so you don't necessarily have to be a Ghanaian. What you need is to prove that you are eligible. So if you have the work and residence permit, yes, you can apply. And if you're a Ghanaian, yes, you can apply. And sometimes you see in ERA, we ask you for proof of citizenship. And so make sure you apply, you upload your proof of citizenship. And when we see it, we will evaluate it. And then we would contact you if we have to. Let's say I am, okay, that question went. Let's say I am a graduate, but then I see a job advertised for SHS. Can I still go for that position? Yes, of course. The positions that the requirements that we advertise are the minimum requirement. So if you are a graduate, obviously you have completed SHS. And so if we are asking for a senior high school certificate, you can still apply for the job. You need to have the experience as well, and then you will be considered. What about USA citizens living in the US? How can they apply for jobs there? So now the good thing about ERA is every job is on the website. Every job is there. And so you don't have restrictions, geographical restrictions. All you need to do is to get onto the website and you see the jobs that are there. Make sure you register on ERA, create an account, and then you can send in your application. How do I register on ERA? To create an account, the create account button is not active. The create account button is active. So please, I want to encourage you to go back, refresh your page, change your browser. If you are using Internet Explorer, try Chrome. And then, but before this button becomes active, you need to go into the vacancy announcement proper and click on apply to this vacancy. Once you attempt to apply for the vacancy, then ERA will tell you you need to put in your credentials or create an account. Or if you attempt to send a vacancy announcement to a friend or a colleague via the system, ERA will tell you to create an account, and that is when that button becomes active. And so please go over it again, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Sorry for tuning in late, but I will be very much pleased if you can help me with the process in applying for vacancy as a Ghanaian. Okay. So the process is very simple. ERA has made things very simple, like I keep saying. You need to go onto the US Embassy Ghana website. It's gh.usembassy.gov. Once you go onto the website, there are a lot of information there. We have updates on so many things that are going on with the US Embassy Ghana. But for jobs, look out for jobs at the Embassy tab. Click on that. It takes you to the ERA Seeker site. Well understood. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. So it takes you to the Seeker site, and then you see all available jobs listed. All current vacancies that are opened are listed. Again, with ERA, what you see there is what is open. If the vacancy announcement is not active, it has expired, it doesn't show on ERA. So whatever you see there are jobs that you can apply for. So click on a job you are interested in. Read the vacancy announcement carefully. Make sure you meet the education and experience requirement. Make sure you are eligible. And if you are qualified and interested, please click on the Apply to this Vacancy tab. It's at the top left corner of the vacancy announcement. It's normally highlighted in a blue background. Click on that, and then it opens up the window asking you to create an ERA account. That is where you begin to create an account. You put in you need an active email account. You need so Lydia, I'm answering your question, so I'm still on it. You need an active email account. You enter the email account, you enter your name, and then you are asked to answer some security questions. The password in creating the ERA account needs to meet certain criteria. So please read and make sure that your password meets the criteria that ERA is asking for. And once you have done that, you should be good to go. And then your account will be created. Once you have an ERA account, you can then apply. So once you create the account, and let me say this, once you create the account, ERA will take you back to the page where you see the list of vacancy announcement. And so you then have to click on apply to this vacancy again, and then you start to apply. So some questions will come up. Those are eligibility questions. For example, you see a question, are you able to work in this country? Are you a US citizen? And so on and so forth. Please answer those questions candidly. If you don't understand a question, we have numbers on the vacancy announcement. We have an email address there. Contact us, let us explain to you, and then you can determine whether you are able to apply. Begin to fill out the application form and answer the eligibility questions, answer the vacancy announcement questions, fill out your experience, education, language, qualification, fill out all this information, and then once you are done, you go on to other stages. You'll be asked to upload documents. Please upload the documents that we ask for. Mostly we ask for education certificates, we ask for driver's license if the job requires driving, we ask for proof of citizenship, we ask for transcripts sometimes, and so all the documents that we require, we ask for them. Sometimes we ask for work and residence permit, so that people who are not Ghanaian citizens but have work and residence permit can also upload those documents. And then once you have uploaded documents, you move on to the next stage. And once you have filled out all this information, ERA will give you the option to submit. So you see a button there asking you to submit application. Please click on submit application, and then the application is submitted, and we will see. Now within your ERA account, you have a dashboard, and the dashboard is where you can monitor your your job application information. So it tells you which applications you have completed, which applications you haven't completed. So assuming there's a job that you're applying for that you didn't finish filling out the application and you didn't submit it, you will see within your account on the dashboard incomplete applications. You can always go back in there, complete your application, and then you can submit it once everything is done. I'm currently on the web address for the job application button to apply for a job, and it's not active. Please check the web address again, make sure you got the correct web address, and it should be active. When you have an account, you will get emails regarding newly opened vacancies. No, please, the account does not give you emails regarding current vacancies. No, the account is for you to manage your application process, send in application, monitor your job applications that you have sent in, and so on and so forth. To see current vacancies, you always have to visit our website or visit our social media handles, and you will see current vacancies. We are hoping that in the near future, if it's possible, you will be receiving alerts. But at the moment, we don't have that feature. ERA Create Account is not active. So I've explained this. You need to select a vacancy announcement that you are interested in. You need to click on apply to this vacancy, and then that window that asks you to create an account will be active for you to create an account. You won't see it when you go onto the website straight away. You need to go into the system and try to apply for a job, or try to send a vacancy announcement to somebody, and then the account creating window will open. Hi, please, do you have a spot for internship? Okay, we've answered this already. Internships are for children, dependents, full-time students of current employees of the mission. Volunteer jobs, currently, no, we don't. Thank you. What's the web address again? So this will be my final question. The web address is gh.usembassy.gov. gh.usembassy.gov. Alternatively, you can go on to Google and type US Embassy Ghana, and you will see the link there. It will take you to the page. Thank you very much, guys. We had well over 70 of you joining us this afternoon. Thank you all very much for your time. We appreciate your questions. We appreciate your concerns, and we appreciate your appreciation of the ERA system. Thank you all so much for the compliments. We are here to serve you. U.S. government job application has gotten better with the ERA, so we encourage you to use the system. If you have questions, always feel free to contact us via the telephone numbers and the email address that we advertise on the jobs. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon.